Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Merc Academy. It is your boy Huey Yoshikage with me on the board. It is Mr. Lucky, and we are at game 2 right now. Nightmare Gaming is up 1. Ninetales had a pretty decent start. It then became a back and forth battle. Then overall, NG found a foothold in that game 1, locked in, and never let go and never looked back and just exploded out of the gate there. How was that for you, Lucky? Is that was expected? You said you wanted to see the Cinderella story. It was kind of there a bit, but then just all of a sudden it just kind of wasn't there.
Yeah, Nightmares ADC. I'm blanking on his name. 02. 02
Mm-hmm.
took that game and ran with it. I believe he ended 12 in 1, 13, something in 1. I think he only died like once. So I, I mean, honestly, if I'm Nightmare Gaming, I just stick 02 on another hyperscaler and just let him take over the game. So
For sure. I feel the execution was a little off there. Over for the side of Ninetales, it felt shaky when they were in the lead. When you saw NG finally get that foothold, it was wraps, and they just stayed so hard there. And I just really overall just real good GGs over to NG. But now Ninetales back at the drawing board, and this is your rivals. This is who you're going to be going against in playoffs. This whole you gotta bring something to the table. I do not want to see a 2-0 for the side NG.
that, or what Ninetales could do is they could just play it safe, right? Throw out picks that uh that Nightmare kind of knows, and then
Mm-hmm.
comes playoffs, right? You just put foot to the gas and just take away the series, right? That's another strategy that you could go into this game with, considering it looks like they're going to be their playoff opponents. So, hey, I mean, you just never really know with these, but that is one valid strategy that you could take to this, honestly.
True. As we get into picking bands now, we are on the way as we go and start to see this first round. It should be coming up. Hold on, there it goes. Here it goes. It's coming. I swear.
Old.
Seems like Zach is gonna be taken out there. I think that was Lulu.
Yes, okay. So the bands are looking somewhat different for the most part, other than like the Shaco, right? I think Lulu was banned last game, but I don't
Yeah,
think.
Mordekaiser, Lulu, Shaco,
Okay,
and
so it
then
was the same.
Zach
Okay.
to Leia, and yeah, I think Irelia is the only different one there, but honestly, still just about the same. Nothing really
Malawi Garen.
any different as we start to see the first one starting to come out here. Hey, yes sir.
I keep forgetting
Yeah,
that they pick an
Garen to
order.
Alawi. Very interesting onto that one. Not going to lie.
What are these jungles? Kane and Belveth? I
Kind
can
of
say
crazy.
I've never really seen these jungles in comp, so this is gonna be an interesting
These are
game
getting
for
a
sure.
little wild here. Honestly, for sure. A little surprised that this is how we're even going right now.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that that draft was pretty much kind of already done in the sense, and now they're just picking an order. So, but it is very
Right.
interesting to see these jungles and then these mid laners. What is
break them down. Break it down. Let's see. What's up? What's up?
N9 is hard. They're honestly they're cooking. They're cooking. I don't
Oh
know if they're
yeah.
cooking with
Oh
fire or
yeah.
with grease, but they're definitely cooking. This is what I called, right? This is legit what I
Okay.
called like 5 minutes ago. N9 could throw out some picks, right? Because I mean they're definitely
Mhm.
cooking, right? Some picks, see
Okay.
how Nightmare reacts to it, and then okay, these are what these guys gonna do. So it comes to playoffs, we're just gonna pick more picks, and I don't know, man. It's definitely something interesting for sure.
As we do go to check everything out right now. We do see the Kane LeBlanc right now. Over onto the other side, NG. I feel NG's really cooking here. With the Belveth, the Lissandra, you got the Mel as well too. I think they have the right call here. I think it's really just, hey, you know what? We're up right now. We're seeded. Even if it goes to game three, it's not like we're gonna lose a position or anything like that. So I think
Mhm.
this is a good call overall for both players, for both teams. And they're just kind of going to go out and really just test their limits here. I think it's a great call for either side.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I am interested to see how this male Nautilus is gonna go because I can't really say
Sounds
that
kind of
I've
evil.
seen. Yeah, I've never really seen that bot lane
Sounds
paired
kind of
together,
evil.
but into like a Tristanami, I don't know, man.
Yeah, not gonna lie, sounds kind of evil here. As we do see, as everyone is going to be lined up here, we have the LeBlanc. Haven't seen LeBlanc in a while. Haven't seen LeBlanc in a while. Excited to see that. Belveth is always a great one to see. And then the Garen Alawi. That just, honestly, I'm going to be real. These look like some solo queue uh
Oh, for
picks
sure,
here.
100%.
Like,
Then,
well, either way, I'm really excited. Now, with that one being said, where are we going? Where are we going game two? Are we going to game three?
ah,
Are we having too much fun on
uh,
the side of NG here? Or can they
I,
close out on this one?
I don't know, man. I feel like the Mel is kind of like a smolder, right? I mean, not really that you have to get stacks, but I mean, once you just start getting kills on the side of N9, if you just like hit anyone with like a full combo into ult, they just
Mm-hmm.
kind of melt. So, uh, it's really hard to say. You know, part of me still wants N9 to win, right? But then again, I
You just
really
don't
don't
see it.
know exactly.
You
Yeah,
just don't see
sadly,
it. No, it's
sadly.
understandable. 100%. And I gotta kind of agree with it there. Just look at the lanes right now. You know what I'm saying? Just who wins top, Alawi or Garen? I think Alawi definitely beats that there. I think Garen really has to work hard for that. I think Lissandra, or excuse me, um LeBlanc isn't the mid laner in to Restall. I don't really see it. We see Syndra way more often than we do LeBlanc. I feel LeBlanc's a little easier to pilot as well. You see the Mel Nautilus. It's very unorthodox, but in it to a Tristana Nami, I think it's pretty doable.
Oh yeah,
I think it's pretty
100%.
doable. You know,
100%.
I don't think it's out of the left field to the point that you're trolling. It's weird, but I think it's weird enough that it can throw the normal pacing of a lane there, and where you think you're normally comfortable, where you can just kind of hang out, farm, and just play the lane. You suddenly now getting hooked to burst it 0 to 100, or if not, getting sums burned to the point that you now have to respect them, and now you're losing out.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thing is, right, is other than like Belveth, you don't really have anyone that can really split push, right? On the inside of
True.
Nightmare. I mean, Alawi kind of can, but Belveth's going to be a lot of your split push. So I wonder if
Mm-hmm.
they're just going to try to give grubs and look to stack dragons, or if they'll deny
I
the
think
grubs from
Yeah, I think
Garen.
you're really gonna have to really now play the top side. Belveth is a terrible person to let get voids there, and that is kind of their entire thing to get their passive going. So to give up voids for the Drakes is gonna be a little crazy. So it's gonna have to really be up to the side of Ninetales to kind of nip that in the butt before it becomes the giant monstrosity, the void monstrosity that it can be.
I know we talked about it before, but where do you see this game going? I'm curious about your take.
I see it on NG. I see it on
Okay.
NG. It just looks a lot more comfortable when you get into the fight later. When you get into that 5v5 skirmish, it just seems like you see where everyone's damage is going to go from the side of NG. It's questionable from the side of Ninetales. Is Garen going to be able to get the QER that he normally does? Can LeBlanc land the entire spell properly? Can Tristana Rocket jump in and out? Like you look at Syndra, she has three orbs out. Awesome. I get the point and click my R. Cool. Oh, did I get to stun somebody as Mel with Nautilus because he pressed R on the line? Cool. You know, like now everyone gets to be executed. And I don't have to really be near you. I just have to do damage to you recently. Like, just seems to
Yep.
be a little easier for the side of NG to get things done than the side of Ninetales.
Yep, NG also does have quite a bit of lockdown, like you said, with the Syndra stun and the Mel stun, the Nautilus hook, the ult. So it's if I'm Tristana in this game, I'm honestly kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Right, right, right. It's gonna take a little bit for you to get online. There's not a lot of resets there. You're not, you know, you do have the cane. You have the cane there to help you out a bit, but it's not, you know, it's not your Viego. You know, like
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, for sure. I mean,
It's tough.
if
With
Tristana can get this early, sorry to cut you off there. If Tristana can get this early
yeah,
lead
go ahead.
though, it's Tristana could honestly be in a good
Yeah,
spot. It's just Tristana
for
has to
sure.
get this early lead into this Mel, or it's kind of doomed.
Let's see what Ninetales can do right now as we get into the game 2 right now. Joel already going to face the hook from the Nautilus, but not much more follow-up there as now Shadow going to match Restall a little bit there. Ooh, that was very scary onto that first hook there. I thought that was going to be a little more there. Hey, now we're going to be able to get the vision though.
And we got a pause. Alrighty. Interesting. Oh no. Please, Riot.
Aw,
Please, Riot. Not
the
again.
The buggies. You know how it is. Small indie company, ladies and gentlemen, you know.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed right now.
It might
We
just
can
be
just we
chat.
can
It
just
might
hope.
actually just be chat.
Yeah,
Right now, though,
hopefully.
we can look over at the masteries and at the runes. A lot of TP over on the side of NG. So, not as good as the Paranoia and the Heroes entrance as from Galio's ult. But overall, still a lot of field presence with the TPs there.
That is the true MVP of the Rift, that little froggy right there. It is definitely the
Yeah.
MVP.
Oh, yeah.
I am interested to see this PTA on Tristana, right? Because this pretty much
It
signifies to
is
me that
interesting.
Trist wants to just go in and try to kill. And it looks like we are getting back in.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's actually super dope there. Oh,
It
there
makes
we
you
go.
wonder what build Trist is going, huh? Either, because a lot of the time, right, when you go PTA, you, I don't know, I'd say you want to try to go for the collector build to try to get in,
Yeah.
even though that is kind of troll, honestly. But it could be a build, and we'll just have to see. Because I mean, you don't really have many tanks on the side of Nightmare, other than like the Nautilus and the Alawi. But I mean, if Alawi can't get ahead, and then you're able to burst the Bel'Veth, Syndra, and Mel, you know, where's the damage really coming from, right? So that could be a cook.
100%.
I mean, we'll
It's
just have
just
to
like
see.
I said, it's not consistent for Ninetales. It's not like,
Mhm.
you know, oh, this is guaranteed, you know. LeBlanc
Yeah.
has to be perfectly executed, you know. It's a little more roll face on the side of NG, you know. That's all. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, because now you don't have to focus so much on the game itself. You can now focus on the other aspects of the game. Like, you know, I know exactly what's going to come and kill you. I have full control. Let me see what's going on, bot. Let's see what's going on. Tactical's already being spawned there. Onto the top lane. Looking like my 2x KO games a bit. As we do see the trade here in the mid lane. Nice mix up there from Joel, though. Using the passive, or not the passive, the clone, I guess. It's a clone. I'm kind of glad to see LB. As I was just about to say, I haven't seen the burst in LeBlanc in such a long time, and Joel just read my mind like the magician they are. And a blink and you miss it. The quick burst into Ignite. Very nice kill there. The TP going to be used. Not going to lose too much, but real starting to set a pace either way in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want as a LeBlanc. Early kill. Even more so first blood. That the hell, man. We'll
Nice
just have
and
to
easy.
see if... Yeah, we'll just have to see if this LeBlanc can either repeat kill or look for potential roam plays to get kills. I mean...
So what's unfortunate here is for LeBlanc is yeah, you get the first blood, you get the kill, but now you run ignite. You're going to have to kind of risk your life now to kind of keep the wave at a decent place, and this is like why you don't see LeBlanc as much anymore. And now you can start to see that gold shift start to shrink just a bit. It's 300. It's still gonna help. There's still gonna be a gold lead here on this first back, but it is going to be reduced. Plus, you get that level experience as well, as long as you farm properly. And yeah, now you're starting to see the shrink there. As you do see Petite pushing up the wave there. Can't really go too much further into the tentacles. I hope to see Garen play for the tentacles a little more.
Nothing too crazy coming out here. It's just a bunch of farming and. Oh wait, I spoke too soon.
Oh, nice steal there. You gotta be a little careful there though, Rust. Fequels right in the danger zone here. Taking that farm was a nice kill on the Raptors, but now in a very dangerous situation here. That should be an easy pickup there. Gonna use the C to get over, flash over the wall as well too. And nice gap closers there. And gonna just give extra gold over to the side of Ninetales.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the best the best trade there, trading your life for a camp or part of a camp.
Right. It wasn't even the full camp there. It wasn't even Drake, but hey, whatever. You know, we're limit testing. That's what the kids call it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so now 2 stacks already on to the Dark Seal, 2-0, and the blue buff on this LeBlanc here.
This is exactly what N9 needs, 100%.
Yeah. This is exactly what you want, 1,000,000%. This is near Christmas Sunday morning, you know? Everything you wanted right there. As you do see the rotation going, as we keep getting onto it, the soul gonna get picked up. Not level 6 yet, but definitely going to start to feel the mode there. Good defense onto it. The Q silence not gonna be enough, but it is somehow not gonna break the soul. Okay, but still lost that fight. Headed down to the bottom lane there. The drunk one taking and put on damage on the 0-2. Level 5 gonna be unlocked. No ult just yet. Kind of have to respect it just a bit. The level 6 going to drop the Justice of Demacia onto Impulse. He needs that E if he wants to survive. He's trying to sit close enough for the 6 as well too. Equals on their way around. They should be able to get that, as he does not have flash, does not have Q either. As the TP going to land, it is going to be a pinch situation onto the top end. Garen trying to find their way out, doesn't have the escape, does have the Q, is going to not get knocked up, going to run away, as Joel can't up-rotate there. Should see a pinch possibly, but maybe might just be the great escape. Ninetales 1,000 gold lead up right now, as we see the Lost Chapter in at the pocket of both mid laners, but there is that 2 extra stacks on that Dark Seal.
We do see Dragon being the first for Ninetales, which, oh wow, that gold graph. I mean, it makes sense, right?
No, it does. 1,000 gold lead right now. It's been from at the beginning. You saw that first blood. It seemed that it was going to be flipped back just a bit, but it seems that Ninetales has a pretty good foothold here. As we do see the first Drake going to be secured here. It will be Chemtech, so no Chemtech Soul Ocean the next one. So only Earth, Wind, and Fire. Haha, no pun intended. Are the only ones there left to be Soul. And either one would be dangerous for either. There's not a bad dragon for either team. You see the small trade for Impulse there. The clone's just getting destroyed, demolished, easy, nice equals, easy 25 gold on the gank. See Joel come up a bit. Oh ho ho! Rubs a rub.
Fancy feet.
Yeah, we said here that NG are really going to be putting their focus onto the Voids here. So let's see how they handle it. And they're going to go right out of the gate, go straight for them. TP going to be used for Risto to match back. Geeky also there for mid, as is Nami. First one going to get picked up the soul. Wrong again, going to be scooped. The ult going down as well too to Justice. Dropping down on the Eagles. Simple is still there. Defeat of Warfare going to be playing on the 9, but they find another kill. As now another one going down. And Infamous not going to be it as they find the soul and the damage. That's going to be a double kill over onto Alawi. Joel's soul scooped, but the Tentacle's not going to follow, and they're going to hop right over the wall, but the point and click from Restall gonna make it look easy to catch the Magician. The Voids all going to the side of NG. Sloppy, but overall, the job got done.
And that's one thing we touched on, right? Is this Scrubs is going to be a major contention of fight. So, and it's it's good on NG to get them, but
for sure. Pretty decent way to kind of reset things. Now that back and forth again between these two kind of shows that the skill level is just about even here.
And with that,
he's gonna head on out. Yep, he's gonna head down. It's game time. Joel taking a lot of damage there. Scattered the Weak gonna knock them back as well too. The chain's not gonna be able to tether them down. As we see, the gold in terms of items everywhere across the board is just about even right now. Where if you want to say there's a quote-unquote lead, it's really just in the middle lane. Or excuse me, in the jungle. And my gosh, that CS deficit kind of crazy.
that is wild, yeah. But then again, it's kind of you know warranted with a Bel'Veth and Decane. I feel like
True.
Bel'Veth just has a better
No,
clear
true,
all in all.
100%.
So
It's imagine though, if you will, another alternate universe where Bel'Veth wasn't 2-0. How much more of a deficit would that be?
oh, that would have been massive.
No, rotate over here, big stun onto the wall, follow up the chain onto the hook. Mr. Geeky, death charge gonna fall onto Joel, but not much more is going to write home for them. They are gonna have to kind of respect it just a bit as this big up mid wave gonna start to try to crash into that tower. We do see Fan in the curtains back there as we get into the 1v1 skirmish topside. See Restall scatter the Weak, Fan here as well for the mid lane. Geeky doesn't have death charge anymore. You do see CS back and forth. Seems that NG in the lead in terms of CS right now.
Look at Tristana's items. Tell me I didn't call it.
No, 100%. That's it. That's the only way. Nice! Land onto the Weak. Gonna catch Joel and their clone. The plate's starting to fall. 3 minutes overall for the nice burst. The exhaust not gonna be enough there. As Fin going to keep Joel alive with that bubble steal. My gosh, very close trade there. Really nice reaction from both players, but Joel coming out on top there.
I don't know, man. I just don't like the collector here for Tristana. But then again, you know, that's just my preference. But I mean, hey.
Alright, where would you go though? Where would you go though right now in this one?
Honestly, I would go for the Yentels. I would go Yentels into IE with potentially like Merc Treads. If I was the one on Tristana, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm always a big fan of the IE. You are a crit ADC, you know, so the faster you get to IE, you know. Either way, though, I don't think it's, like, denting, you know. Like, I don't think
I don't think it's
super
bad.
You
but
know, I don't think it's super bad, but as we go on to check out here, Scatter the Weak gonna land onto Joel. The chain's not gonna tether and lock them down. The trade going to be for Restall there. As we do Shadow see on the rotate. Joel Gonna bait them just a bit. Here comes the cane. Gotta respect it. But the scatter, the fequels coming in for the response on the gank as Shadow Boy going to hold. Not gonna be able to do much there with the Mel. Not rotation. Going to make it a 2-for-1. The whiff on the hook. Not going to be the end of the world, but NG starting to find a foothold in this game too, where it seemed a very tight game for N9TF, starting to kind of fall out of their hands here.
Yeah, we do see that it did, like you said, it did start good for N9TF, but NG is somehow managing to come back in this mid to potentially late game. It's still kind of early mid, but still.
Nice hook. Weaving and threading the needle. The wave's going to follow up. I don't think the CC is going to be enough. The rocket jump going to find the escape. I really thought we were going to see the execute there, but they know more than I do. I thought the damage was more than enough. As Fequel's going to rotate, going to find onto the ward, try to start choking out some of this vision. I don't think they're going to know that they are sitting on those wards in the tri-bush. As you do see Shadow dropping down impulse here, trying to find an escape, but I don't think there's going to be an escape as Garen does just what Garen does. The 3-man gank in the bot lane though. Very scary situation. The drunk one-on-one. The flash is being propped. The back and forth. The macro, I think, is more than enough to keep themselves alive. They have to force the retreat there. Fan and a drunk one, keeping themselves afloat until Joel can come through the double jump. The ignite, not going to be able to find it, but keeping themselves afloat was a fantastic play. Now it's going to be a race until the first tower falls. It looks like Restall with the voids, no minions, scattered a week, only one, so close. It looks like Garen's going to be able to get that first tower to fall for the side of N9TF. Joel just doing the damage out here. Has the stacks reset, but still doing massive amounts of damage on that one.
Yeah, we do see this Rift Herald potentially being the next big team fight here. We do see that Tristana did. She did complete cluster, but we have a fight going on.
Oh man, Fequels. Gotta be careful. Only a Stride Breaker aiming Garen, but still the huge CC, the bubble into the wave, the tentacles now fighting. You got into a 3v2, but I don't know if you brought enough people. Kane dropping down the ult. You're gonna have to respect that. Alawi in ult, in tentacle. Gonna pick up the Nami's soul for some sashimi as Restall looking around for the flank. Going to get caught, but it is gonna be a 1-for-1 now. Shadow Boy gonna be the target now of Fequels looking down. It is Death in Lavender is available. I don't know if they're going to continue following this attack here, as they are low here for the side of N9TF. I gotta say, I'm really surprised here that this is the way the fight is going. They do see the E going to fall, a quick execute going to get the drop, as now you miss the soul, you miss your engage. That's going to be a quick flip for the side of N9TF. Now shifting the gold over to a 1,200 gold lead for the side of N9TF.
Well, it's crazy how back and forth these games are.
Oh my gosh, honestly, no. 100%. I think that was a little greedy on the part of NG. They won already. Just go back and grab Rift Herald. They really can't follow you back or challenge you at it. So I don't understand that one just yet. 4K left. Shadow Boy very low, but has the Cane, the lifesteal coming in as Predator is going to help them out. The double TP coming from Impulse and Geeky. They're not going to go with 1K looking for the smite. The wave's going to hold them back just far enough, as Peture's going to be the one to get the secure. It's a 4v4 situation. She does get hooked by Joel 0-2, putting on the damage on to Joel, but not going to be enough to re-rotate the runaway onto the river. They're not going to see the Nautilus coming in, the hook, add in the double root, Lincoln, and misses 0-2, going to be able to drop down Joel. The soul going to be snatched away from the drunk one, going to be tethered away, forcing the slow. But I think that's all NG is going to get a small consolation prize as Ninetales walk away with the Rift Herald in pocket.
On the side of NG, right? Like, what do you want to see for them to get back in this game? Because it's slowly slipping out of their control from the looks of it.
Honestly,
like golden tower.
More objective control. I don't think Rift Herald really needs to be thrown there. I think you guys got a little greedy there. You're like, oh my gosh, the comp is working. You know, like we finally figured it out. It was a little bumpy, and it finally like was starting to click a bit. And I think it was just a fact of, or just a issue of being overzealous. You know, you're like, oh well, what else can we do? When you know, you're done already. Go get the objective. Go get the prize that you won. Hook on a lander over onto Joel. And it's a scary place to be because this isn't a comp for the side of Ninetales. This isn't a comp where you can kind of sleep on or really give up team fights because you have the Dark Seal stack on the bombs. You have the Kane, you have the Garen that can pretty much Q, E, R, anything off the map you want. You gotta be careful with those fights there. Also having the Vel, the Bel'Veth, she needs those Rift Heralds. You got Void, that's cool, but her whole thing is for that top fight. Now losing top lane, not the end of the world. Should be able to pick up Garen, but oh my gosh, let that Beyblade rip as he finds his way back into it. Does he have his Demacian driver's license? Oh my gosh, he does! He's drifting, he's turning, he gets all the way out of there as we do rotate back over onto the mid lane. He finds his way out of there. I wouldn't say maximum value, but some pretty good value overall in that Rift Herald.
Oh, for sure, that Garen was zooming.
Oh yeah, definitely had his license here. This is looking like NG's fight right now as the hit engage going to go. Impulse looking kind of scary. Ninetales moving it. Oh, but now here comes the Impulse, the Dunk, plus the Fecal. 0-2 there with the Execute as well. Drunk One and the Fan just too low as Joel looking for some kind of sneak on at the flank. I don't know if they're going to be able to find it as Alawi going to put down the damage and force them away. Joel still has it. Gotta respect Joel. The back and forth there. The gold lead is to the side of Ninetales, but after that team fight, you wouldn't believe that they are in the lead here.
Joel is definitely fishing.
Oh, I would too. I would too, though. Why else? Who's really gonna stop you? Anybody you catch for the most part is gonna have to take 50, at least minimum. You know.
We do see this Otacon being potentially this next point of contention. We'll just have to see.
I think that's the right call, honestly. You still have about 3 minutes for Earth Drake. You have another 4 for Baron. Get Otacon and get yourself a level advantage. And just kind of regroup onto the team as you see Restall out of position. Running towards their side, should be able to get to Fecals here. The Drunk One on the flank. He's going to be able to drop a rocket onto it. The big wave coming through. The pinch. Really nice roaming on the map to reposition and find this hit on the Fecals and onto Restore on the side of NG02. If not careful, we'll also find the fate of the other 2 of his teammates down. But now that's 2. Now we're looking at Otacon. Ninetales now with a very strong foothold in this lead, or in this game. Now can start to set their sights and kind of start to maybe start looking forward to a game 3.
Yeah, it's definitely like this. Tristana is actually getting on board now. Like, this is what we talked about, right? When Tristana. Oh wow.
Ho, ho, ho!
That's just smell things.
Yeah, honestly, Joel really the one of putting out the damages like that before, but now it's a 3v2 situation. Drunk One going to rocket jump forward to put 0-2 in a situation, and now set their sights on the Mr. Geeky. Both very low now. Fecals coming around for the flank. The stun from 0-2 not quite there. That 3v2 was looking very juicy, but now may not be what they need. As the Impulse Flash W's on the Fan finds the kill. The rerouting of Garen coming for this next 4v4 might be the answer that they need to find that pause. But man, I was just gonna say, Ninetales finally finding a decent foothold, and now somehow NG bringing this back towards a pretty even game.
Wow, that just goes to show how close these teams are in skill.
Right. It really just shows how close these guys are. This is, like I said, this is playoffs, man. This is, I feel like we're watching future playoffs here. For this side. And it's going to be a toss-up for these guys. It's not going to be an easy battle for either of them. As we do see that 1200 gold lead shifting back. Geeky back in lane, looking over at Shadow. So do you see the vision ward there? 4 in mid. As we see, items are just about even yet again. Nothing really crazy for either laners to really say, hey, look, these guys have a lead. And I noticed that really in Ninetales, we never see a really super strong lead here. It's nothing per se. It's a lead for sure. It's a lead for sure, but nothing we saw as NG in the first game. They're going to take that stab of 0-2 on at the side here. You see the Earthquake going to be spawned. Definitely clearing that vision there. The mid wave has to be kind of handled there and pushed out a bit. Scattered a week on 3. This is huge. Here comes the hook as well. The wave's going to be followed up for Fan, but this looks like a blue side game at 0-2 by the execute. But Death and Lavender is going to be proc, but not going to be enough as it's going to be 3 for 1. The double kill though for the drunk one. Good positioning, but now going to follow forward, get hooked by it. Restaurant following forward as well, and now NG taking back this game, tying up the gold, getting the shutdowns that are needed, getting the third Drake to be in the position for Soul.
Wow, this is just wild, man. You see one team win one fight, and then later on you see another team win another fight. This is wild, man. This is wild.
This is Merc Academy, baby. This is what we live and this is what we come to watch. Explosive, fantastic battles here on the Rift, and both teams really just giving their all right now. And it feels like as soon as I get comfortable to say NG has it, Ninetale flips it. As soon as I'm ready to say Ninetale has it, NG flips it. Right now, NG in the driver's seat, 1,000 gold lead, 1,200 has been the number to beat this game to. Can Ninetales flip this back and find a game 3? Baron has been up for a minute. What will be the next play here? Is NG going to try to look forward onto this? As we do see Garen trying to find Restall yet again. But Restall going to be able to scatter the weak, force him away. Soul looking for that damage. Is going to get caught there. Gonna take a bad trade. Not their life. Could be a worse trade, 100%. Restall kind of playing games here with this Garen. That's the one person I really don't want to see Restall looking at right now. As we see the 4-man group here in the mid lane with Baron up. Only an 800 gold lead. 14-16 for both teams here respectively. As we do see the Ninetales looking that might be the commit to the Baron. Level's just about even on either end as well too. See it pulled, might be caught here. Gonna drop the ult, big damage falling onto Joel. Fan gonna try to help them out. That's just a clone, Mr. Geeky, but I respect it. You never know, 100% Fan not gonna be the victim of Mr. Geeky's hook here. But now they're gonna have to take a step back here. Full 5-man rotation as Impulse continues to push forward. The mid tower still on the side of NG. Makes it easier for them to find this rotation. Not gonna be able to find the hook on to either side of the players of Ninetales. As you do You see just this dance around Baron right now. Trying to get as much as possible. The demolish that throw the ball. Impulse going to be able to get the turret. Shadow Boy not going to be able to get to a wall. Pico's going to be able to be the one to find the kill. Joel also in a terrible position right now. Going to dash over. Has another dash to get away. The first dash is gone, so can't dash forward. Maybe looking for the suicide there. The clone going to be dropped instead of chasing for the LeBlanc. NG knows better, and they're going to take the time to start getting this Baron. Ninetales scrambling just a bit, but know that they cannot challenge and contest this Baron, so they set their sights for the bot lane demolish. They do get tier 2 bot lane. 6k left onto this Baron. Should be a very easy secure for NG. As you see the boys start to turn back. 0-2 clearing the wave as Fatora's Garen and Tristana try to clear as much as they can. They will be able to open up bot lane, but they will not be able to get the inhib. Will they be able to get away with their life? We shall see. As Impulse push forwards there, I think the call will just kind of be stepped back. Kind of recuperate a bit loss, but overall, I don't think that was the worst play there for the side of NG.
Nah, not at all, man. You done opened up bot lane completely. The only thing right is Ninetales has to keep their waves pushed.
Right.
So this Baron is never.
Impulse taking a lot here. The soul gonna be used, gonna be able to find the ult. They have to respect it there. When you jump Alawi, always bring an extra person, because you never brought enough. An easy pickup there, and now the rest of Ninetales is scrambling right now. Fan on the run, as Shadow Boy gonna use the ult, gonna have to use the wall. The flash is popped to keep pushing forward here. Equals gonna try to find a catch, the knockup, not going to land, the bob, the weave. I don't know if he can get away from the Void Queen themselves. He keeps trying to dash away through the walls, through the window, through the hilltops. Not gonna be able to find it. Equals gonna find another mark there. The Baron is still fresh. The power play has been raised to a near 4k with the bot lane tower gone. That will rise it up another 300 with the bot inhib gone. That's gonna rise it almost to a 5k. It will with the mid tower falling. Now looking at the mid inhib. Now Ninetales base is starting to crumble. 4v3 right now. Joel getting bursted and is going to get flash R point and click very easy as now Karma comes quick for the side of Syndra. The beautiful Demacian ult from the side of Victorious going to find its mark. But it's a 5k gold lead. Scratch that 6.5k gold lead. It has been a 5.8k power play since Baron.
Wow, this is just wild, man. This is what you call peak League of Legends right here.
I am in shock. I just cannot believe where we are right now for NG. It seemed such a back and forth. It seemed Ninetales really had a strong hold on this game, but then overall, it just started to fall apart here. And now we have Soul. We have a 7k gold lead. And it's just everything is now just crumbling and falling apart. We find Fan down 5v4. Only the the base towers remain. As we do see the push coming in. As tap, look at the demolish there. My god, only one base tower remains. They're gonna get caught by 3 out of the week. Blinking, you miss it now. 3 are gone. The full one to be taken there. The drunk one trying to position and do as much as they can, but it's a 1v5. A very difficult situation for anyone to be. They will find themselves to fall. That will be the ace. Energy 2-0. Clean, looking fresh, moving very well into playoffs.
Wow. Yeah, that's all I can really say. It's just wow.
GG's, well played.
So here comes the interesting question. Who would you give MVP to for NG?
Oh, 2 NG for MVP. That's difficult there, honestly. Everyone really doing a great job, but if I had to pick, I think I have to go, excuse me, over to 0-2, really. Just gonna have to give it over to 0-2. Overall, just really, really good work. Kept it super clean, and just did what needed to be done there. And like I said, this is your rival. This is who you're going
I'm
into
looking forward to it.
versus for playoffs. So as this the ones being in the playoffs, I would feel very comfortable. I would feel super super comfortable. I'd be
Oh, for
fine with
sure.
it. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be kind of setting my sights looking forward, like who's next, who is next on our side there.
Yep.
And it wasn't clean. It was not clean, but league is a very difficult game to kind of come back into. To come back and lock in and not lose that lead there after the comeback, very very well played there. But yeah, unfortunately, that is it for us. And yeah, this is the last week for or before Emerald playoffs here. So we only have 2 games left. Zubumafu rises into Snapdragon and Ninetales into Nightmare Gaming. And then we are in the playoffs with seedings again. We'll just go over it for everybody here. Zubumafu taking first. Valhalla Berserkers on second. Snapdragons in third. Nightmare securing their fourth with Ninetales in the back. It is going to be an explosive playoffs here. Who will take it? Who knows? But be sure to keep it locked here at Merc Esports. It is your boy Huey. With me on the table is my best friend Lucky. And of course on production, Last Revenant, looking and keeping us looking so fresh. Thank you all so much, guys. Until next time, guys, be sure to stay hydrated. Love your mothers. And until then, peace.
See you.
Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I, spending the night.